Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. It is Sunday night yet again. This happens every week, I am told. Not sure how we can change that, but we'll just have to deal with it until such time. And, of course, what we do on Sunday night is we play like Clockwork here on Realm Alternus. And tonight we've got two of our cast members out. Leah, who is on an extended sabbatical while the world of construction operates just outside her window, because that's what life is about. And Randy is on Partners Holiday Company Party Support. So
sounded really complicated for a holiday party.
we will keep them in our prayers. But tonight we do have joining us Roland and Sarah and John and Alex. And tonight Sarah is joining us from lovely Chicago. In fact, just down the hall from Alex, I believe. And that's why Alex doesn't have her green screen, because Sarah stole it. Green fever. All right. But, as we normally do before we get started, let's go ahead and see if we got any sort of announcements that we want to make everybody aware of, starting with Roland. Go.
So I got up today. I had like a glass of water. Had to go buy some tea. No, as usual, nothing. I'm a little sick, so my voice is a little hoarse. I don't think it's the big C word, not that word, but my voice might be a little weird tonight. I'm not sure if it's coming through there, but I'm a little hoarse.
I don't know, Roland. After last week, it could be the big C word.
I don't know if everybody remembers that to get that reference.
Go watch last week's episode.
But that's all I got. Nothing amazing.
Nothing amazing. Okay, well, in that case, we'll move on to John. What is happening down in Portlandia?
Well, Portland is great. We're in the middle of monsoon season, apparently. That's not a Jinx monsoon reference. It's actually just raining a lot here. I'm hosting a cookie exchange next week, so I spent the last week painting like Michelangelo, except not on the ceiling, but on the wall.
Like with nunchucks?
Yeah, like that. And spiritually, I am in Chicago because Chicago is hosting the first ever Golden Girls Con in April, so I may see if I can afford to go to that.
For real?
I got a Facebook ad about it, and Facebook knows how much I like the Golden Girls, so...
I like them too.
Yeah. Party at the Golden Girls Con.
You can come stay with me, John.
Sweet. That was a good time.
She has a race car bed you could sleep in.
Oh my god, I'm so I'll even bring my own real pillow just to complete the visual. That's really great. I'm shaping up for next year. I'm looking at a Kickstarter in January for my Gay Cinderella musical that I'm writing. Working on a secret project that I can't talk about yet. And working on my first podcast with my friend about queer pop culture-y things. And we're looking at starting potentially with The Grinch or with Anne Rice, who passed away, sadly. And I haven't decided how much I want to talk about vampires yet. But so we have a couple of topics ready in the can. So yeah, it's great. Good times. 2022, it's coming up, y'all, whether we like it or not.
I felt like that. I just got like a quick jab to the face with the offhand Anne Rice comment. I did not know that, but
I'm sorry. This was not the way for you to find out. I don't think.
Long live Lestat, I guess. Alex, do you have any news that can perhaps deflect from the news we just received?
No, and I also can't just say nothing because Roland already said nothing, and apparently I'm copying Roland tonight. Because, audience, Roland thinks he and I look too much alike, and so my hair was up, and then put my hair down, and then he put his hair up because my hair was down. That really happened.
Is that a part?
Really, it's because I'm the prettiest. That's what this is about. So.
It is. We're all just vying for number 2 here. It's
Yeah.
reality.
It's lonely at the top.
So yeah, no, Chicago's good. I am decorating my house because I did Thanksgiving too well, which means I am now also doing Christmas Eve. So that's what happens when you're good at stuff. You get to do more of it. So I'm going to be bad at this one. Fair warning.
What kind of cookies do you put out for Santa?
Chocolate chip. Got to go with standard. And in our house, Santa Claus wants wine with chocolate chips, not milk.
My Santa always gets cinnamon rolls. It's kind of weird.
that's
That has
smart.
been his
I like
request
that.
every
Yeah.
year.
I feel like the older you get, the less you can take lactose. So all these stories about Santa drinking milk, I think they're like not true. I think he's more of a wine guy, I would imagine, yeah.
Yeah, I think wine is. I think that's correct.
It's been a hard year. Santa deserves wine just like the rest of us do.
Thank you.
But not every house. That might be a disastrous delivery.
Oh.
Don't drink and drive sleighs.
Yes.
So on that note, hi Sarah, what are you doing in Chicago?
I was here for a work function and I'm visiting people for the holidays. So of course I'm going to stop by and see my friend Alex. Chris Walker is here in the house too somewhere, and my husband Thomas is. So lots of stream people right here in this house. So it's I'm just here for until Tuesday and then heading to Ohio for the rest of the season. So just
Oh my God. Are you
flying
gonna
around.
go? Are you gonna have any time to stop in Frankenmuth, Michigan, America's Christmas town?
No, I'm not. I've been there before when we went to get my dog when I was in like 8th grade. But we did stop in Kalamazoo to visit Shay. Well, no, I didn't get to see Shay. I saw Winston and Jackie, or Janity, as we all know her. So I got to see them briefly. So that was really nice. So it's been, and then I saw Tom in Albany too. So it's been a really nice tour de Rem of the country.
Right. And these are all members of our extended streaming family. For those who don't know or don't maybe catch some of the other streams. So
Yeah. But big things coming. I'm working full-time Rem in the new year. So big things coming with Rem and it's going to be a good year.
That is exciting news for sure. No doubt at all. But also I'm scared because it means that full-time Sarah will have full time to get on my case about things that I owe.
2 Kickstarters, Danny.
2. Okay. That's down
Issue
from
2 and 3.
Yes. Okay, good. Probably 4 as well, I think, is if I remember correctly. But yes. On that note, real quick, like Clockwork, the cover for the first issue, the second issue, the cover 1 for issue 2 is ready for coloring and is at the colorist now. I'm super excited to get it back from the colorist so that I can see it in color. It is a beautiful, beautiful image. And we are about halfway through illustrating the book. And as a matter of fact, there is a full-page spread in the book that I just can't wait to see, and that is what's next. Right now, I'm waiting to get inks back from the pages before that, and then I'm going to get those. So it's really exciting. It's all coming together. And also, this is really exciting to me. Might not be as exciting to some other folks who don't follow this sort of thing. But out in the land of TikTok, there is a particular cosplayer who goes by Miss Twisted, and she's got a set of cosplays that go around this. She's devised this sort of headdress that is it's a feathered headdress. And she's got it to where she can make the ears kind of pop up and down in the back. And she does a whole series of cosplays with these headdresses, and basically they're like an owl creature. And
I think I've seen that.
And I have talked to her about bringing the lore of the creature that she is cosplaying, which is her own creation, into the world of Caliphus, and she is into it. And so I am stoked about that. So more work for me again, because now I got to make it into a race, a playable race, and and all the things. But yes, that makes me that fills me with so much joy. So
That's awesome, Danny.
That's pretty rad, yeah.
So I'm pretty excited about that. And so with that, let us get into a place where there are no harpy owl people, but there are other things instead in the streets of Gilaluti as we get ready to go, because it's about that time. And we are back when we left off last week. Through great determination, Aegis found the bathhouse that was right for them. The others didn't know why this bathhouse was right for them, but this is the bathhouse that was right for them. And upon entering, they did find that it offered a plethora of amenities that some of them, frankly, had never even heard of. And especially Lox was really concerned about what the benefits of a mud bath might be. However, the ever helpful gnome Panabon went ahead and pushed Lox into the mud bath so that Lox could experience it firsthand.
I
And
believe in people experiencing things.
that's the best way to go about it. You experience things by experience things. And so in the other tub, Perunia and Aegis are having a conversation mostly about couldn't you have picked any other tub in the entire bathhouse? Why do you have to follow everything I do? Which is what Perunia was asking Aegis. Art imitates life, imitates art. And of course, out in the city itself, in the Bujok Lodge, the Orc Lodge where they will all be staying, Shayloon and Zivid, their gnome NPC companion that they've saved and then kind of saved again, maybe, and have been...
And drugged once. Well, technically, Perunia drugged
almost drugged to death. And for some reason, they've decided that they are the caretakers of this gnome. Is with Shayloon in the lodge, where they were basically trying to set up safety measures within their area of the lodge, especially considering that there are no doors in the lodge, and so Shayloon was a little concerned about that. And finally, Zivid got a hold of the broken compass that Shayloon had picked up along the way, and is happily working on that, because what trouble could Zivid get into just sitting on the bed, tinkering with a magnetic compass?
That was ominous.
Yeah, I don't like how you said
right?
that.
I'm gonna have to stop somebody, aren't I?
Per usual, Leah not being here, Rosalia has been missing for some days now. For Lox, what we will do is Lox is somewhat annoyed by being very muddy. Finds the humor in it as well, because it is Lox, but annoyed, and also feels like he's got things he needs to do, which is to send off a letter back to Istapanur. And so he does want to find the Mamasunk, which are the money changers, and see if he can get that done. So he kind of gets himself cleaned off and heads out to do that. the rest of you, sans Shaylun, are still in the bathhouse. Panabon, are you intending to join the others, or are you intending to do something completely different and just split the party entirely? Because I got something for you if you do. It's called death.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. Do what you will. That is an empty threat, mostly.
I think for me, since we haven't even been in town for 24 hours yet, and I've already been approached by the other thieves because they can tell a thief when they know one. I actually want to case the. I have two ideas. One is I want to case the coordinates that were on the slip of paper they gave me to make sure I'm not just running into something where I'm just going to get stabbed a bunch, which does happen occasionally. No thief worth their salt is just going to go to coordinates given to them by another thief. That's just how you get like a viper in the eyeball or something. So it's either that or breaking into the scholar's place to find whatever I can find there. I haven't decided which one I want to do yet. Both are kind of equally fun.
Both could be a good time. That is true.
Yes.
As well as just spending some time with your mates here in the baths. But if that is not what you want to do, then well, it is the duality of Panabon. But once Panabon makes that decision, we'll kind of go to that.
I would actually like, if possible, if Perunia is up for it, to do some training. Unless Perunia is worn out from the travel, from the many days on the camel, because I know that animal handling is not one of Perunia's innumerable skills and traits.
Rude.
No, she did get used to the camel though after a month or so of camel jockeying. But yes, there is definitely not her strong point. That so. Well, meanwhile, Aegis and Perunia, the bath is very comforting. The water is quite hot, and it's one of those things where if it weren't for the fact that you could hurt yourself if you stayed in for too long, you'd probably stay in there for a while.
I feel like we would go right up to the, like, where we're almost getting hurt. Like, you know, like just almost too long, where you almost overstay it and maybe you start to feel it and then you're like, oh man, I should probably get out now. I think that it would probably be, I would sit there for a couple hours if they let me.
It's only supposed to be 15 minutes, but
Sure.
yeah, I probably would.
I'm just saying, like, if they didn't kick us out, I'd probably stay.
Dragonborn have thicker hides, so it sometimes takes a little longer.
I
roll it. Yeah, Aegis is all wrinkly.
I peel the towel off of my eyes and I just look at my hand. Perhaps it's been too long.
Speak for yourself. I'm fine.
I put it back on and I lay back again.
The way Perunia feels about it is, if I've spent this much money, I'm going to get my time out of it.
So much money that we spent at the bathhouse.
We
are going to have to steal so much to recoup these losses.
You did not pay for any of this, Panabon. It was my money that paid for this.
Can I steal things?
I mean, yes. There are things to steal if you feel like you can get away with it.
Not like in the space, just like generally speaking, like not like
this is dialogue.
Generally speaking.
I'd say from under my towel.
There's always stuff to steal. I mean,
yeah.
But in the bathhouse itself are people who are willing to spend hundreds of gold pieces.
I know, but you don't steal from them where you are. You like follow them home. I mean, that's just
not today, Panabon.
Oh.
Just not today.
That escalated. Oh.
None of you are any fun, but fine.
You're messing up our relaxation, Panabon.
You know, Shayloon said that to me once. I can't remember the context.
It was a lot more than once.
All right. Well, as you stay back at the lodge, Shayloon, you find that most of your traps and everything that you set down, you feel fairly confident that no one is going to catch you unawares. That much is rather certain.
Excellent. So if I feel satisfied with that, I actually want to check the post office too, because I had given my family like a code name and to send to some of the big cities and stuff like that, just to see if they could reach me, and that I'd check under that name. So
Is it Lavenge?
it was. I actually made it an amalgamation of all of your names, so it was like Rosalind, because Lachlan and Rosalie, and then it was like Ageabon, or no, Perugus, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that was my being subtle and
Shayloon is very clever.
yeah.
I mean, really, she just implicated all of us, but yeah, it's not good.
As you
thought
do.
that was my job.
I'm
I thought
I'm sure
implicating
there's-
all this was my job.
I'm sure there's a ton of Peruñas in Palacune. Like it's probably like Dawn or Brittany. Like there's a million of them.
Brittany.
All right. Well, sure. So if you're going to head out and find the local Malmasunk or money changers, that's definitely something that you can do. And you do so, heading out into the streets. The city itself, as it's getting later in the evening, it's definitely quieting down. There's a lot of, you can hear it. It's a little bit disorienting almost. You can hear a lot of chatter coming from directions that are not on the same plane as you, right? So you're hearing like maybe there's a bar or a tavern located a level and a half up, and it's loud and boisterous, and that's kind of coming down in your direction. Or perhaps there's somebody running down the street below you, and so you hear footsteps that seem to be rapidly approaching, but they never quite get to you before they start receding. It's a very odd sensation, and like I said, a little disorienting. But you step out and realize you have no idea what you're looking for.
What is the native tongue here that I hear people speaking?
Everyone is mostly speaking Ashani. You are still in Vaishan, so.
I speak Ashani, so I'm gonna find someone that looks fairly friendly or bored or like just non-confrontational.
Sure.
And hi, I'm looking to send a letter, and I'm new to town. Where can I do that?
You seek then the Malmasunk. They are the best option, the money changers. There is. This individual looks up, kind of gauges the time. Likely, your best choice would be up one level and then heading towards the caravan pits.
Oh, and I probably know where that is because where we came in, right?
You do. And you will seek the money changer's symbol is a coin, and a coin with an arrow connecting.
Oh, all right. Thank you.
Yes.
I'll set a gold piece down and say thank you for your help. I really appreciate it.
Of course. When you say you set a gold piece down, like you put it on the ground.
Oh no, like on like a ledge or like I imagined it was like a stall person or something. Like
Oh, okay. So you give them a gold piece. I was like picturing you throw it on the ground, like there you go, see ya.
this
Pick
is
that
for
up.
you. Pick it up.
which gladly I will do, but it is weird.
That's
So
not a
yeah,
Shay thing.
they take it and smile at you quite brightly and say yes, anytime. And then off you go.
All right, off I go. And now I know what I'm looking for and in what direction. So I feel better about that.
Yeah, and it's probably going to take about 15 minutes to get there, so we're still hanging with you if
Sure.
as you move up the steps. Mostly the people that are out at this time are your working class. They're all out just, unwinding for the day at this point. So it's a lot of revelers, a lot of people in the taverns drinking. Nothing that you are not used to from where you come from in Desarin, but with the rather unique flavor that belongs not only to Vaishan but to Jilalati in particular. So
I'll make sure my hood is pulled up because, like, I don't want to be too sneaky because if someone sees me and thinks I'm suspicious, then that's noticeable. But I just, like, I want to behave normally. But, like, if anyone's like, have you seen a gnome with silver hair and stuff like that, that it would be harder to think of.
okay. Moving.
I will periodically as well mentally check in to see if I can reach Minya or not. Just because then I'll have an idea of how far she is within my reach or not. So, because
Telling
Minya is
us.
still with that. No, Minya's. I sent Minya with the guy, the Dragonborn.
Oh, right.
So.
All right. As you go, trying to chime in and check in with Minya, you're not getting any. You're not getting anything back from Minya as you move along.
Okay.
You do eventually get to the stall that you're looking for. As you do locate this, it's brightly lit. There are two very strong looking men standing outside on either side of the doorway. They are watching people as they pass to and fro. And as you approach, one of them kind of locks his eyes in your direction. You don't generally get a sense of aggression from the look, but very much one of interest.
I'll lock eyes right back because I've got nothing to hide, and I want to, or at least I want to play that off. So, with my great deception skills, so I want to approach and say, looking for mail for Rosalind Prugis. Has anything arrived?
He just kind of indicates for you to go inside.
Oh, okay. I will do so and think like my fingers kind of twitch over my spell book in my satchel. Like, all right, what do I have ready? Like, you gonna look at me and send me inside somewhere? Do I need to do some shit? Like, so, but I it's just like a nervous tick at this point. So,
Right. And so you do head inside, and as you are walking in, you really get the sense that both of these men have kind of looked you. I was going to say up and down, but down and down, to assess whether you might be dangerous, actually. But they seem fairly satisfied that you're not here to cause any sort of trouble. much less having a real strong gauge of whether you are capable of causing trouble or not. So you walk in, and what you see is a very finely appointed office, if you will. The area is very brightly lit with electric lights, and at one far end are two men. One of them is much younger than the other and is busy at a ledger of some sort, writing things down, as the other man just kind of leans back in a chair, smoking a pipe, and regards you as you enter the room. And getting a sense of, it seems he's getting a sense of what you are looking for.
Hello, I'm looking for any letters for Rosalind Perugis. I'm getting better at saying it, guys.
Mail.
Correct.
A letter from where?
From Ireland.
And this is the older fellow who has kicked his feet down from off the counter at this point.
Would be from Ireland.
Ireland. And with that, he looks over at the younger man and starts yelling at him, berating him. Things like, "Didn't you hear what she said? Why haven't you found it yet?" Etc., so on and so forth. After a moment, he looks back at you. "I'm so sorry. Would you like tea?"
No, thank you. Just the letter. If there is one, I'm not sure if it's arrived or not. She realizes that she's actually semi-altering her dialect unintentionally because she's being treated like someone important, so she feels insecure. So she's adjusting for that.
In either case, he has not finished his work for the day, and it may be a moment, so apologies for making you wait. But we will see if this letter is here for Miss Perugis.
Thank you.
And
I love that name.
He
ridiculous.
He pulls out. He does pull out a tray and kind of grabs a kettle from an alcove where apparently it had been boiling, and pours a ceramic mug into a ceramic mug with the tea, and then he looks over at you and, "Are you certain?"
Oh, yes, thank you. I am quite fine.
Puts it away, opens up another small carafe, spoons some sugar into the mug, and then pours from a yet other carafe, looks like some sort of cream, and then stirs it up and is enjoying his tea. Every once in a while, he yells at the younger man. You realize at this point is barely a man, if that. Maybe 16, 17 years old. No older than you, surely.
I'll kind of give him the little reassuring smile, as he's running around.
Yeah, and he looks up from the ledger and he sees you smile, and then he kind of smiles, and then the other gentleman throws looks like a book and hits him in the head and yells at him, "What are you doing? You work for her, you work for me. Pay attention, do what you're doing." And then he just kind of like that and looks back down and starts going through, and he looks over at you, and the older guy looks over at you and says, he wants to be an Amasunk, but he has to be faster.
Wish I had the spell haste right now just to be fuck you.
You are faster now. Another 3 or 4 minutes of awkward silence pass as this older gentleman sips his tea, yells at the guy every once in a while, apologizes to you every once in a while, and then finally the young man looks back and says, no such letter has arrived from Ireland for that name.
All right. Well, thank you for looking.
Is there anything else you would like to do? Would you like to send your own letter, or you
Not
you
just
look
yet, but-
like?
Go ahead.
I was going to say you look like you may have just come in from a caravan. If there is any money you need to exchange or to send abroad, or request perhaps, do let us know.
All right, I will. I'm good for today, though. I'm sure I'll be back. Thank you. And
Very good.
I go to turn away, and then I look back at the kid, and I'm like, "Thank you very much. You did a great job." And continue off.
And out you go. Past the two burly guards, and into the night where, looking around, you realize that all of Zivid's stuff is still in a case for all intents and purposes where you left it. I don't think anyone went back for that yet. And
I keep forgetting because I thought we unloaded it all. So
you did unload it all into a temporary holding spot.
oh, okay. Then
So,
I'll go. I don't know how I'm going to bring all that back by myself. So,
How much weight can Mage Hand hold?
5 pounds.
There's more than 5 pounds.
I mean, there are
it-
porters and stuff too, so.
Yeah, I could pay for a porter. I just don't want anyone to really know where we're staying. So, I think I'll just wait for now. We took anything that was important off of it, so I'm not too concerned. So I'll just keep going, and when everyone's back from their bath, which, considering the guy said that it looks like I just came in from the caravan, I remember that everyone else went and took a bath, and I have not yet. So I'll go do one of those street shower things that we talked about last time. Just real quick.
Yeah. So just one of the more quickly accessible options for cleaning in the city. Certainly. So yeah, that's just mostly you head into any of the nearby taverns that has a washroom or wash area. The ones that look like they're able to host more patrons for longer periods of time tend to have the almost like a shower, if you will, a bag of cold water that has a hose that then has a bulb at the end with holes poked in it that you can undo a clamp and shower yourself.
Okay.
They are at the cutting edge of technology.
I think real quick back to Miracle Dashta and the guy that wouldn't give us details, but probably was hunting me and Panabon. And so on the way back to the lodge, I'm going to kind of take a couple zigzaggy roundabout ways, but I'm also going to pop into a couple of inns and pay for a room. Just so oh yeah, they're staying here or she's staying here, and it kind of just messes with people. If anyone's trying to get a tail on us, then it's a little more confusing.
Okie dokie.
And while I'm in one of those, I will cast in the last one that I do. I'll do it for 3 places, and then in the last one, I will cast invisibility on myself in the restroom, and then go back to the lodge invisible, or Pete, or Paul, or whoever.
Go ahead
Rosalind.
and give me a let's call it a deception check.
Okay.
With advantage.
Nice. I am pretty clever. That was a good idea. I'm pretty proud of Sarah. Is pretty proud of herself.
It was pretty
Thinking about
good, except we're all just gonna like tramp back and like everybody's gonna know. But like it was really good there.
But if anyone like from Palacune, like they were looking for me in Vaishan, and so if they're just looking for the gnomes, then we're okay. But
Oh, yeah.
oh, with advantage, shit. I'll just roll it again. Yay! I'm glad I had that 17.
So you feel pretty good about that as you head back to the lodge. Meanwhile, back down in the bathhouse.
I would like to speak with the receptionist, or someone that seems like they work there behind a desk. And
Before you take off, because this could be a long one. We're all sitting in the bath, and I cast a prayer of healing. Not like I don't stop and ritualize, but like as we're just sitting there, I just kind of sigh and I say, "Thank you for this moment of rest, Nipoy." And I'll cast a prayer of healing on the three of us. And you can go off and do your thing.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're going to talk to somebody that looks like they're at a desk.
Yeah, someone looks like they're at a desk, and I'm going to start with, "Hello, beautiful."
Okay. Well, there is definitely a hello beautiful for you to speak to at a desk, as there is a sort of I guess a hostess would be the best way to explain like the position that this person has here.
Yeah.
And 1 second, let me get her name. Okay, so let's see what this. Let's see this right here. Yeah, so she looks up as you approach, and gives you rather a smile.
Here's that smile. How are you doing tonight?
I am well. How is your stay?
Very restful and relaxing, having such a wonderful time. I'm actually a travel writer writing about wonderful locations on my travels. I'm putting a book together, and so I'm just really happy to be here in Giolotti, and especially at this bathhouse. And I just like to kind of, when I'm visiting places, in order to write the best for the people that'll read these are people that'll be scholars. Like, I'm looking for kind of the best museums and the best art places, the best libraries, places that people might want to go for some culture. And if you have any recommendations, I'd love to put them in my book, and I'd love to be able to like do a little piece in the forward to say, this is the person that gave this information, and I'm so grateful to them. So
Oh, so you're looking for a library?
libraries, museums, anywhere where people gather to look at beautiful things, much like yourself or me.
She smiles at that, and nods. Well, perhaps the most beautiful building will be the palace. Yes, and there is very very much history in the palace of the Rotoro. Yes. And that is in the center of Giulaluti. If you seek perhaps some sort of library for learning, then yes, there is Giulati Ubomizox, which is the grand library of Giulaluti. It is near the palace, but it is not in the same as the palace. Yes.
That's great. I love a little bit of travel within my travels. Haha.
Yes. And I I do not know of any museum.
Do you have any? Does Giulotti have any specialty craft people? Like does Giulotti specialize in masonry or in statues or in woodwork or anything like that? Because I've noticed the beautiful way the city is crafted coming down, but I've never been here before, so I just want to make sure that when I'm writing, I write the best about the culture and what is representative of the city.
Um, oh, I believe Gialuluti is a center of commerce. Yes. I don't know what is the most famous things that Gialuluti is known for in crafts, but the city is famous. Yes.
It's true. And it's going to be even more famous when I'm done writing the book. You happen
Yes.
to have
So.
like a locals map or a way to kind of find landmarks? Is there an easier way to do that than just going around to ask people, which I love to do, but I love to also kind of know what landmarks I'm looking for.
Um. I don't really know. It maybe at the library or maybe at some taverns they might have it, or the Malmasunk maybe. No, they would not. Why would they? Um,
Well, that's good to know. Maybe I can make a little map while I'm kind of walking and on my travels. But no, thank you for your help so much. What was your name again? So I make sure I can get in the book. Or if you have an alias, you just want to be known as the beautiful person. I'm more than happy to write that way.
Neeks is my name. Uh, I do not have any more than that as a name.
Thank you
Which
so much.
tracks, given that in order for someone from Baishan to have a surname, generally they are of importance to a location or have a rather important family that they might belong to, and then that's kind of where they get that surname. But most people just kind of go by their name.
And can I ask one more question? Can I ask who's the owner of this bathhouse? You know, does it have like a specific name that's attributed to or a specific person?
The Ostrats family. Um, they are friends of the Rotoro. Yes.
Fabulous. Oh, you've been wonderfully helpful. I want to talk about this. So I have a friend who's a doctor who's traveling with me, and he does this really wonderful thing with needles. I guess you should ask him about it. He's really good at it. Apparently, it's like a thing where it just helps you out like a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was showing earlier to one of the attendants, and she was talking about it.
I know it's so exciting. I'm learning so much in my travels. You know, it's really wonderful to be able to write a travel book to help people experience the world better. And I'm so happy to have this moment with you to help you be a part of that experience.
Yes,
It was wonderful to meet you.
it must be exciting to travel. Um, I have never been away from Gialuluti.
Oh, it's wonderful. But you know what's the most wonderful thing? These mud baths you've got going on. Wonderful mud, top quality mud.
Yes. Thank you.
From under my towel, Perunia,
Yeah?
it's quiet.
Yeah? Oh, wait. Okay. All right. I'm getting out. I'm getting out first. You can wait here, and then you can get out.
Crack
I'm
a
not.
smile, and then I put my towel back on and lay back.
As you step out, a pair of attendants move over to you quickly with towels that they wrap. They don't like fully wrap you in, but they bring to you so that you can quickly wrap into a towel without having to look around or search for one or pick one up.
For the audience sake, yes, I was naked. Thank you.
So, but they do come up. It's not so much a means to assist with any sort of modesty, but more just the convenience of not having to like look around
Good
for a towel.
service,
Like,
yeah.
yeah. So
We're paying for it, so
True.
Aegis is paying for it.
Aegis is indeed paying for people to bring you a towel as you step out of the tub. Yes, that is.
It's a nice service, yeah. So I had my 2 swords next to me in my small bundle. So I will grab that and head back to the front locker area where I'll go ahead and put on my next clean pair of clothes, since I don't want to put on the dirty stuff that we traveled in.
Right. All right. After Perunia walks away, Aegis.
Um, nah. I let it linger for like maybe about 15 minutes or so. I just kind of chill there for like 15 minutes. Maybe not right there. So 15 minutes passes by. I'm not sure.
So you're gonna stay in there for a little bit.
Well, not after about 15 minutes. Is that enough time for another treatment of some sort?
We're gonna leave your behind at the bathhouse if you keep dawdling like that.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to complain about that. But I guess I'll get up. I'll sit up. The towel falls off my eyes to the water. I continue to say, because I realize that I have to follow everybody out.
Great. As you step out, if there's any thought of like trying to retrieve the towel that fell in the water, you hear someone assure you
Absolutely not.
of something in Ashani, but they definitely same thing. They quickly, a towel is brought to you and held out so that you can grab it.
And I get out with no modesty, and I hold my hand out like I'm expecting a towel too.
Yes. Yeah. So you get that. You get the towel. You get the second towel, so you can like do it up in your hair like you do, and start cruising the bathhouse in your towel and towel.
I walk by a bowl of fruit on my way to the front and just like kind of pick some grapes out and walk.
Yeah, there's bowls here and about, so you never have to like take one with you. You always can just like reach out and grab something.
I look real comfortable in this space.
And so you eventually get to the locker room where your stuff is, or are you going somewhere else?
No, I'll gather my things up. I unfortunately have to put on the same clothes. I didn't plan ahead like that. I left my bag back in the room.
Oh, that's for nothing.
That said, as you respectively come to your places in the where your stuff has been placed, if anything, the clothes that you came in and that you took off are out, and it looks like they, if not cleaned, have at least been tended to in some way, like to just make them a little more presentable, a little bit cleaner. Anything that is metallic, like a shield, appears to have been buffed and shined. Any armor appears to have been buffed and shined. Any small scuffs or tears appear to have been mended.
I look at my armor being freshly cleaned and all that stuff, I assume that I'm with at least Perunia at this point.
Yeah,
She
he's
is-
just
she
strapping
is-
on armor.
Yeah, she's on the tail end of strapping on her armor because you gave her enough time as you were walking in.
It's
Um,
a dragon's
well-
wing.
She doesn't have a tail.
I look at it, and even though it's like shiny now and clean, I see all the dents in it, and I'm like, something new, maybe. I say it out loud so Perunia can hear me as I'm staring at my armor.
I look at him. Shopping?
This might be a good idea. You know, one of the pillars of good health is occasionally treating yourself.
Treat yourself day. I'm about it. You know, I didn't think I was gonna like this place, Aegis, but I think I like it.
And
Season 2, episode 14, Parks and Recreation.
Yeah, right. Treat yourself.
I thought you might. It's unfortunate about Mr. Locks. I would hope that he would have stuck around and tried a few more things. Before.
I think if he hadn't been thrown in mud, I think he would have liked it better.
There's more time here.
Oh yeah, we're definitely coming back. Maybe not to this one. I don't know if our purse is going to hold out that long, but a bathhouse for sure.
Maybe there's another as good.
And also, I heard Panabon talking to the front desk people. I couldn't hear what they were saying, but we should probably catch up to them.
There we go.
All right. So you head out and see Panabon at the tail end of their conversation with the receptionist. And at this time, we are going to take our 10 minutes mid-session break, and we'll see you on the other side of that. So, hello. So, what's everybody's favorite holiday cookie? Go for it.
Snickerdoodles.
M&M holiday cookies.
You know, I like a regular ass Christmas cookie, like what is it, shortbread or whatever it is. But I like it to be like a week or two old. Is that weird?
Well,
like when it's, like,
shortbread
soft.
is not weird.
I like it soft and like kind of stale-ish. It's kind of my thing.
You want it softer, or you want, because I feel like it gets
Those are
harder as
opposites,
it gets
yeah.
stale.
Really?
When you
It always
say
gets a little
soft, you
softer. I feel like when it gets
crumbly?
older.
It gets more
I think maybe your cookies
crumbly.
were like moldy. Was there like green on the bottom of the cookies that wasn't there before? It might have molded.
Yeah, that's where it gets a
the good
little
stuff,
too
right?
much.
That's the good part. Right? That's the
That's
penicillin.
something I like.
A
You're the
cookie
doctor,
that's
I don't
healthy.
know. You're the doctor. You're the one stabbing people and they all love it. Whereas I stab someone and they like cry out in pain and they go, please don't kill me. And I'm like, too late for this. I've already started.
I'd analyze the two different methods. Anyway.
Okay. So you find Panabon at the tail end of their conversation with the hostess, who is Panabon probably did not notice this at all, but the hostess has this look of, it's when you combine utter confusion, a little bit of fear, but the I am going to be fired if I ever stop smiling expression. Like that is the expression that they have. Not fear like afraid for your life kind of fear, but fear like the awkward, I have no idea what's going on here fear, right? And that is the dynamic here as you step out and see them speaking to this young woman.
I slide a silver coin over to her. Very sorry. Apologies.
No, it's okay. I just wish I was more helpful to him, she says.
No, you were very helpful. And if you think of anything else, my name is Vivid, and I'm staying in town. So you can just, if you think of anything else, just like...
Your name is not Zivid.
Yes, it is. It's very much Zivid.
Apologies. My friend sometimes... They battle with temporary dementia every once in a while.
Nonsense. I know exactly where I am at all times.
Yeah.
So
I think we should go.
Start to usher you out.
Thank
the
you so
expression
much.
on her face changes completely at that point to one of like concern and and caring, and yeah, just that's so sad for like,
Before I yeah, why not? Before I leave, I take half the needles out of my stack of needles, which is really kind of not great, but still, I leave the attendant in the massage rooms. Please pass these along.
I know exactly who you're speaking of. They came and showed us. So, and she accepts them, and you see her write like on a little slip of paper, and then puts the paper on top.
You know what? Just give her all of them. Having half is stupid. Just give her all of them.
She nods.
I'm really glad she had the context, because if not, like some guy just coming in and being like, I've got all these needles. I want you to give them to the attending. Like,
Believe you me, in a place like that, if somebody pooped on the floor in like one corner of the room, the entire building already knows about it. So I'm sure they know who I am.
All right. So you step out into the night. It is starting to get a little bit late. And you begin walking in a direction that is towards...
Can I actually do a perception to see if either the person who I talked to earlier or their friend who was tailing us, if they are still around or if they have majestically disappeared as thieves are wont to do?
If you would like to make a perception test to see if any of the people that you're looking for, or anyone else for that matter, might be, go ahead and give us that roll.
I've really got to up my wisdom one of these days.
yes.
No, I did pretty good though.
Thank you,
guys.
You did do pretty good on that. Let me check something real quick, and it's called...
I have a lot of wisdom. It's just I also have a zest for life. I'm very zesty.
Very zesty. Okay, so cool. All right, let's see what happens here.
Oh, I've made something happen. Even better. I'm glad we're all rested up. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Need to roll dice.
All right, so as you step out and look, you do not see either of the people that you had seen before. In fact, things seem pretty quiet. Nothing untoward.
So I think the night is young. We should explore a little bit more. Particularly shopping was mentioned. If we want to go check things out. Also, I feel like new city, we're nice and fresh. I mean, for the most part, we just those clothes. But I think that we should. You don't smell. They just look a little. I don't know. Stained is the right word, but they don't smell at least. But if we just like do a couple rounds on to check out the different levels, we can bring back information, and tomorrow we can do a more thorough thing. So I'm not suggesting we necessarily stop anywhere, but I do think that we should do, I don't know, a couple circuits just around the different levels.
Well, I talked to the front desk assistant. Her name was Neeks, and she was lovely. And I found out that if we want some kind of map of the city, we should find an inn that has it, because that's where maps tend to be. So if we don't want to look like tourists and be lost, we should probably find a map and study it in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah. You, where is the shopping district?
He shouts at a random person.
Yes. This person looks over, and the shopping district.
Yeah, the market. Where are all the wares sold?
There's many places to shop in Gilaluti. Is there in looks at the lot of you, and then kind of their eyes flick towards the bathhouse you just came out of, and then they say, "Well, perhaps."
My 14 charisma. You notice that?
They don't notice it because you put your clothes back on. Apparently, I mean, that's how that works.
Not really.
If I wanted a fancy hat, where would be the best place to get a fancy hat at?
So
That's actually a good question.
they no, but the person looks and says, "You probably would do well to shop in the Palace Heights."
Okay, direction?
But the palace is in the center of Gialaluti. It is the the center mesa, and generally the areas around it we call the Palace Heights.
Can I appraise this individual? Can I tell by looking at them like if they're kind of like a hardy maybe warrior type, or maybe a scholarly type, or maybe they're just a rich do nothing type, or like can I?
Sure, you can make an insight check.
Sure.
Random individual you've accosted outside of the bathhouse.
This is life. This is like real life.
This is what Roland also does.
Well, I'm a bartender, so I praise people all day. Where's my insight? There it is. Of course.
This is
I have a +6 to this shit.
this is some random yokel walking around for the night, on their way from place 1 to place B.
What level is it on?
Oh, Palace Heights is in the sunshine levels of all the places around the palace. We call that Palace Heights. It is one of the rarer places you will find finer things near the tops of the mesas.
Okay, so we're on the, third level now? So we need to go, I point into the center direction, that direction?
Yes, and up a little bit. This is, you are quite much deeper, I think, than you thought you were.
Isn't that always the way?
This is perhaps a little more than halfway down. So maybe 6 or 7.
Oh. Well, Twilight, hard to tell.
Yes. Is there any other thing that I can maybe help you with?
I hand him a silver since we just randomly accosted this person for information. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Also, have you heard about our Lord and Savior Melfroon? Big dragon, beautiful dragon.
I do not know. I've never heard of this Lord and Savior, as you put it. But perhaps it would be best not to speak loudly of such things. No one has challenged the current Rotoro in as long as anyone can really remember, and any whispers of an usurper would not be taken well.
What? Could you?
Interesting.
What do you say? The current what?
I chuckle.
The current Rotoro?
What is that? Forgive me for my ignorance.
For those who Spurken the Ishani, Rotoro is the word that means king, basically, for all intents and purposes. But each, like, Suslum had a Rotoro, Merkadashta had a Rotoro, etc. So, but yeah, you do not know the Sajia Rotoro, the Grand Chief, and the Sajia is like the King of Kings. So,
forgiveness, we are just traveling and passing through, so your customs are foreign to us.
Yes, but any king would not look kindly upon a usurper, no? Even in what lands you come from?
They are talking about a dragonborn religion, not a person, not a usurper. They're all good. Yeah.
Okay. Dragon. Yes. There are many Dragonborn lately in the city. So
Yeah, it's the religion of my people. It's not a big deal. We don't normally try to recruit quite as hard as some other of us do. I look at Panabon.
All hail Melfrune!
There,
All
there are
praise Melfrune! Praise Melfrune!
there are many
Melfrune.
Dragonborn. You say? Is this odd?
Yes, in well, at least as low in the city as this. There is, of course, near the palace is the embassy, you call it, for the Palacunes, and but mostly the Dragonborn who we see are visiting, much like you, and you indicates, Harunya, but these many of these seem to be part of the organization of Palacune, if you will. Yes, and many more recently.
I look at Brunian to see if that makes her react in any sort of way.
Uncomfortable. Yeah, I mean, like, she's going to try to obviously keep it together in front of this very random stranger, but just at the mention of, like, the embassy and, like, remember, it's a theocracy, right? So the head of the religion is also some of the heads of state in that sense, or at least they hold a lot of power. So yeah, it's not a set of people that Perunia wants to run into.
It also matches what TSK was saying about there being a lot more dark claws in town.
Mm-hmm.
That they seem to be moving a lot of inquisitors into the area.
And perhaps you are an individual who keeps to their own business, but this may be an odd question. But is there something in particular, an area in particular, where you notice these Dragonborn mostly?
No, I couldn't say I have. I just that there are more of them generally in the city. Yes.
No focus of groupings of them in any particular sector?
I have not paid so much attention to them.
That is fair.
So,
but thank you, and have a good evening. I'm sorry that we accosted you with all of this.
What was your name? Locke would be so proud.
The name of this individual.
D&D.
because that's, you always want to know their names. Let's see. What is this person's name?
I think you should have chat name him.
No, they'll call it Babyface.
Okay, I helped contribute to that, so I was okay with that.
I am. It's actually Melfrune in a weird and wild coincidence that nobody was ready for.
Toskui is my name. But yeah, have a good night then.
Thank you very much, the Sukui.
And all hail Melfrune. Tell all your friends.
I will not, but okay.
Oh, sorry, I forgot who I was for a second there.
And with that, Toskui walks away, shaking his head a little bit.
Is this bad for us, Perunia?
If it's the same folks that Panabon and Shaylun like ran into, and the same kind of group that I think murdered my sister, yeah, not super great. I mean, I think we'll have to understand if Tiske is with us or against us. If we could have him as an inside man, I think it would really help. So far, I can't say I trust him more than the average Inquisitor. But if he proves to be faithful or useful to us, at least useful, if not trustworthy, I mean, it would be good to actually have somebody on the inside and we can understand their whereabouts a little bit more. I think Shaylun's Minya was following him, so hopefully we can at least figure out a little bit of their whereabouts and what he goes and does after he meets with us. But I think at this point, if we do come in contact with them, I think we should continue to use, at the very least, my pseudonym. So Avril Avenge it is.
So Avril and Aegis, here's something that you want. And Panabon speaks very low, and you know this is Panabon being serious because this is not Panabon joking. So Neeks told me this was a center of commerce. It's not a center of arts, not a center of masonry, not even a center of necessarily metal. the center of commerce. So whatever they're doing here, it doesn't have to do with art. They're not building spires for Palacune, more spires. So something to think about.
Let's locate the shopping district and then maybe hold off on actually shopping today and go back and regroup with the rest.
And if it's missing one bead, I want it 60% off.
Sure. All right, 3 levels up and to the center.
Okay, so let us get from one lead person a survival check.
Perunia, this is your idea, so...
Oh, thank goodness.
Okay.
The roll was slow.
I know how to survive.
So, thankfully, in your movement around the up and down, that gets a little hinky because some stairs that go down are longer than others. So you feel like maybe you're only going down a level here or half a level there, but that gets a lot. But your general facing, Perunia's got it. She knows. Okay, so we need to go in like this direction, and generally up as we can. And so you start moving in a direction that is leading towards, you're pretty sure, the center of the city. And as you are going, you eventually walk through an area where there's not a whole lot of foot traffic. There's light. It's not dark. But not a lot of foot traffic. Everything seems fairly quiet, especially as it gets later. Everybody make, at this time, a perception test.
Roll a 2.
I just wanted to go back to the lodge.
Perunia's on it tonight.
Perunia's on it tonight, yeah, it's great.
You know, I'm refreshed. I had a little blessing in the bath. Like,
I have
hey.
something in my eye. I have something stuck in my eye.
Your inability to tell when Panabon's pulling a con is stuck in your eye.
Sucks. That's 2 sessions in a row.
Okie dokie. So, in a moment, I'm going to pull up a map.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
And okay, so there's that. Let's
Color
put
change.
down the people who are on this map.
I'm also humming the hymn to Melfrune that Panabon wrote down. Just under the-
629? What was that?
No, it was like 319. I'm gonna scroll up and find it. It's a hymn to Melfrune number 342. Okay.
I'm writing that down.
Hymn to Melfrune
Silence.
number 342. Verse 1.
Just kidding.
I don't even get to hum.
Not
Where's
a bad
your joy
idea,
for
though.
life?
So,
Where's your joy
It's
for life?
stationary. I cast deafness on myself.
Look, if I
it's going to be real good
Which
for
is why I
the
rolled
thing
a
we're
1.
about to do, yeah.
That's why I rolled a 1.
version, we wouldn't know about the sketchiness of the Dragonborns in town to the full effect. So you should all be thanking me, okay?
Yeah, no. Any mention of Malfrude is going to draw attention.
That's the point.
No, it's not
There's a-
the point.
There's a system in place here.
It's like hiding in plain sight.
Okay, Palacunes are like Catholics. They don't sing a lot, guys.
Not true.
I've heard Catholics sing. They're
We
like,
used to
they're
sing
like,
after-
No,
they're
the
Anglicans
cantor
where they-
sings. Everybody else mumbles under their breath, okay?
We used to sing after we sit, and then again after we stand, and then again after we kneel, and then again after we sit, and then again after we stand.
And that repeat.
That was
whole
church.
sequence, yeah.
I think a Palacunites, Palacunites. I think of them more as Anglicans, where they sing a little bit, but it's really more about being seen in a fancy hat in church. Very Anglican.
All right, I think
Fair,
I
yeah.
have everybody set up properly. So we are going to share this map with you.
Maybe. Shaylun, aren't you sad that you didn't come to the bathhouse with us?
She may be or she may not be.
I don't think she is.
I'm kind of oblivious at this point, so I feel very proud of myself for being smart and covering our tracks as much as I could.
This
No
map is
choice.
very large.
That's true. That is a thing that you did, was covered everyone's tracks. So, real quick,
Oh, there it is.
you, okay, and you have nothing, and you have nothing. Very good. All right. I think that's that. All right, so looking at said map, you see where you are. So you are basically walking along these various steps. Actually, you're walking up these various steps. So keep that in mind. Prunia, what I would like you to do at this time is make a dexterity saving throw.
I don't get a chance to do that.
That's pretty great.
It's a 15. That blessing shouldn't be there still. But it is a 15, which is still pretty good. Just goes to show that we've not been fighting much since the last time we fought, apparently. The last time you cast that spell, which was a while back. All right, Perunia, you are able or not able? Let me check. As you are walking, you notice there is a shadow to the upper right on the map of where you're at. You don't quite see what the shadow is, but you do see it. And then there's a glint of light that you recognize as what must be a crossbow bolt or a dagger or something, as it is flicked out at Panabon.
Oh.
Can I get in front of it?
You attempt to get in front of it, which is where your saving throw comes into play.
Mm-hmm.
And you do manage to get in front of it. However, that does mean that you are taking
Yeah.
the damage from this attack.
I'm less squishy than Panabon is.
Aw, best friends.
This is a true statement. Let's
I'm
find
squishy,
out.
but I make up for my squishiness with verve.
Yes, you do, Panabon.
All right, so that shouldn't be there either. All of your things.
I'm just doing amazing. That's what it is, Danny.
You're doing amazing.
Yeah.
All hail
So
Malfrun.
That was not
is
due to Malfrun.
that is just a scratch. However, you immediately feel this very burny sensation.
Oh, great.
Why didn't I take that? I took that off just now. But even without that, you save. So
Whew. Okay.
that was with half
Mm-hmm.
on that one.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
you feel that burning as you look up and shout out at this individual that is up here on the corner of a building, not necessarily on the landing with the rest of you. However, seeing what happened, they kind of hiss and are probably going to make their way away, but I need you guys to make initiative rolls, please.
Yes. Okay.
I almost rolled and then I remembered.
No.
Oh, I love you. I love that you're doing purple dice, Aegis. That's nice.
It didn't work though. They only went up a little bit.
I like the color on the purple though. I kind of like that wine purple. It's really nice.
Thank you.
All right. And these two down here.
Wait, did you just say the two down there?
What? No, I didn't say anything.
You didn't
I
say
love you
anything.
guys.
Oh, I hope you enjoy
Shayla-
your adventures with Vivid.
Yeah, right.
Shayloon's spidey sense is tingling and she comes running to the commercial district.
Okay, so with that, let's us start with Perunia. You are able to do a thing if you should like.
Yes, I should like to go up and attack the guy. If I don't think that I'm going to be able to reach it, because I can't exactly see where they are on this map, and I know that they were on the side of a building, I would throw one of my hand axes.
All right. So do you see how the arrow is set?
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't know what. Hold on. Let me see if I can do distance. Let me see what the distance is on this. That looks like, is that 75 feet?
That is, but you cannot walk there because if you walk
Yes.
5 feet to the right, you will
No,
fall
I will fall off. Yes.
very far.
I'm just trying to figure out my throwing distance. You know what? It doesn't matter whether I'd hit it or not. I would still throw it. So I'm going to go ahead.
So you can always move closer first by going up and then over a little
Yes.
bit. So start by moving up and then to the side. And then your hand axe, the way your hand axe works
Yes.
is that it has a range of 20/60. So that means 20 is normal, anything within 20, and then up to 60 with disadvantage.
Okay. Then
So-
I will move my full 30, which is, will take me up
Right
there.
to there.
All right, let me
Okay.
go ahead and target the assassin. And so that would take me, it's a 40 feet distance. And I
So
will go ahead
disadvantage.
and I will hit my disadvantage button as soon as I find my disadvantage button. Sorry, guys, I'm operating without my second screen tonight, so disadvantage
sorry.
button. No, I got this. Look at me go. And here we go.
All right,
Ooh.
and that is still on. I took it off like 7 times, but that's okay.
You know what? It's because I'm amazing. But still, miss.
Yeah, that is a miss. You do wing that hand axe at this person. Let me double check something on them.
Sorry, there's football happening in the background.
Oh, I was like,
Yeah, that sounded like football happening in the background.
Yes.
All right. So that was your movement and your action. Okay, very good. Next up is this person right here. Steps out from behind the statue or column where you wouldn't have seen him. And aims a crossbow at Panabon.
Well, they're definitely going after Panabon. Not
They
that that
are
was ever
just-
really a question.
They
Yeah.
do seem to be going after Panabon.
You know,
Um,
sometimes in life, a little thuggery must fall.
They do not hit Panabon. As they then are starting to like crank their heavy crossbow back.
You throw like my mother! I taunt the thug.
They don't feel badly about that because they're not throwing anything. But this person starts dashing across along the edge of the roof up in this direction. As it is now Panabon's turn.
Hey, since apparently I'm being aimed at tonight, which, that's fine. I'm going to split the veil
Okay,
so that there's two of me, and hopefully that's confusing for people.
that is confusing. So, which way is your veil going to run?
My veil is going to run towards Perunia.
All right. Hannibon is running up behind Perunia. That is your bonus action.
Yes. Do I get movements, or
You do get movement. You can move, and you can actually perform an action as well. Splitting the veil is your bonus action.
splitting the veil?
Splitting the veil is very similar to what's that trickery domain power, where you can create an illusion of yourself.
Mirror image.
No, it's the one that
Yeah.
all the words leaving my head just like they're being sucked out right now. Critical roles. Jester. Her power that she has. Duplicity.
Duplicity. Invoke duplicity.
Invoke duplicity. Yes, it's similar to that. It's not the same, but in many ways similar. So,
Too far. What's my? I guess I'll do it right there.
so that it's actually it is an action for you to do it, and then it is a bonus action to direct it to dash or attack.
Okay. All right. So I'm not gonna move. The thug is too far.
You can move, however. So
I can move. Okay.
Yes.
So yeah. So I'll go there.
Looks like you're taking some cover there, some partial cover.
Partial cover. But then there's also my veil, and I'm going to attempt to get closer as time goes on, because where there's one thug, there's more than one thug.
Where there's one, I mean, there's already two so far.
Well, no, one was an assassin. There's a fine difference between an assassin and a thug.
Yes, that's true. One was perched on the edge of the roof. The other was hiding behind some stone columns. I'll take it this time. Aegis.
Okay. I reach for my shield, draw it. Then an action, it's a free action, right?
That is one interact. So yes, you can always interact with an object for free once per turn.
You notice that I look a lot lighter on my feet carrying that shield. It doesn't look so bulky as it was before. I don't know, do you guys ever watch the movie Troy? In the beginning scene, they're having that battle, and Achilles slowly trots and then starts to pick up speed with his sword and with his spear and his shield in his hand. That's the kind of dexterity you see all of a sudden, because I took the shield master feature.
And then he parkours his spear into someone's shoulder. Yeah, I remember that.
So I step up. Why am I not? Oh, there we go.
Your shield.
Why am I not?
I will accept your movement once you have moved. So that's 10 actually, right there.
Yeah, because I realize that they're shooting at Panabon, so I want to get up close.
Got it.
Let me see if I can reach Perunia though. I don't remember what the range of this spell is. Oh, bless is 30 feet. Shite.
I've got cover. You can keep. Oh, I guess that's tabletop.
You have partial cover.
Better than no cover.
I will just take the dodge action.
Okay. So you are taking the dodge action.
Oh, I have to actually do that. I forgot.
Where there's one, there is always another.
Oh, are they brothers, cousins, fraternal twins?
Hard to say. But what is less hard to say is they do hit.
Prestidigitation.
They do hit your. Yes. It's not hard to say that they hit the veil, causing the veil to be eliminated. causing the veil to be unconscious, but not really. Okay, so
the veil does a very dramatic rendering of like a Shakespearean
yes.
all very hand out to the sky, asking Melfrin, "Why, Melfrin? Why? Why hast thou forsaken me?" And
So, Perunia, at first it appears that Panabon is just running out into the open behind you and then takes a crossbow bolt and then just kind of disappears into nothing. And you recall that this is some ability that Panabon has that they never use, even though it's the cornerstone of their subclass.
Yeah, I first get really concerned, and then realize about half a moment after it dissipates that, oh, okay, no, Panabon must be fine, and I'm going to run up on the guy behind the pillar.
Okay, so that looks like 15 to there.
And this guy doesn't appear to be magical of any sort, so I will pull out my greatsword and attack.
All right, so in order for you to get there, that is going to cost you. That's as far as you can go with your standard move action.
So I'm having difficulty with my map, so how far away is that?
You are. Let me check something. Okay, cool. You are 20 feet from them. So
all right,
this is
so then
hand axe throwing distance.
Hand axe number 2 then, except I do need to, and you'll need to probably help me retarget on the correct assassin now that I'm shooting at the other guy.
Yep.
Okay.
You're all set.
All right, here we go.
Shit.
Nice.
That is a hit. You throw that axe and it clops him right in the shoulder for damage.
I do have a second attack now as a level 5 character. Does that also work with hand throwing axes?
It depends on how many hand throwing axes you have in your inventory. So normally you have 2. So you
I have
cannot
2,
throw
but I
second.
also have a Morning Star.
You could throw it. You can throw it. It would be at disadvantage, but you could throw it.
Why? I could throw a Morning Star, I feel like, pretty well.
No, you might be able to. It is still not meant to be thrown.
I mean, you could throw that. That is a throwable weapon.
I feel like that's a throwing weapon. No?
No one is stopping you from throwing the Morning Star.
Like you're trying to a little bit.
What is the damage for the hand axe though? So let's get that.
1d6 plus 4.
Yeah. So you're gonna roll that.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it would help if I actually hit the button. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Whack. All right. So he did not like that. However, you're going to throw a Morning Star at him now. So go ahead. Use the hand axe as if you're throwing the hand axe, and just at disadvantage.
All right.
throw the
Let me
Morning
hit the disadvantage button. Can I use my inspiration from Dubs 11 to get rid of the disadvantage?
You can. You absolutely can.
I shall do that.
Thank you, Dubs, for allowing Perunia this opportunity to just wail on someone with a Morning Star.
Yes, queen.
Well done. The damage for the Morning Star, I believe, is
1d8 plus 4.
Yes. Yep. All right. So you whacked him with that as you came up.
Love it.
Thank you, Dubs 11. That was amazing. And
he is displeased as the Morning Star clonks him upside his head. Like the axe does what axes do and whiffs him in the shoulder, and then he just clonks over. That is what happened. And he does not like that. He turns his crossbow against you.
Okay.
As the other one yells out to him, let me tell you what he yells out, shall we?
Yes.
Here it goes. There you go. You would understand it, Shaylun, if you were there, but
What is it in?
it's in Ishan. So if you look,
I speak Ishani.
Yes, if you look to the lower left, you will see what they're yelling. So he yells out, "Yeah, yeah, whatever in Ashani," because I don't speak it well enough to translate it to speak it. So that's but everyone else that needs to can see what was said as this fellow.
I knew I should have taken a Shawnee at the trade school.
Yeah.
Oh well, it's beautiful.
Hits you with the crossbow bolt. Second time you've been hit with a crossbow tonight. Happily, this one, it just sinks fairly deeply into the meaty part of your arm, but is not accompanied by any burning sensation of poison. So you feel pretty good about that.
I don't know if that happily would be Perunia's reaction to that, but sure. Also, Danny, it's not translating in the thing. So
Is it not?
It's not, but that's okay.
Does it?
I'm guessing he's saying like we should probably get the fuck out of here. If I had to guess.
Do you not see like so above the bubble? It should say the translation.
Let me see. I will
Just
look for
cheat
it.
and pick up the chat.
Yeah, right.
I mean, with any luck, they think I'm dead, and they probably think I'm Vivid as well. So, with any luck.
You're either dead or you're Zivid. I mean,
Yep, that is. I found it. Thank you.
Okay.
And yes, I cheated and checked the chat.
I don't know that that's cheating.
That's rude, and they called me a beast. So rude.
It is rude.
That's racist.
These thugs have no manners.
It could be a little racist.
You know what? They're getting pursued now. I wasn't gonna pursue, but now they're getting pursued.
Oh, good job.
Well, Panabon, what would you like to do?
Since we're both the same initiative, I say, as I posted up, move in silence, Panabon. Use your diminutive size to your advantage. And that's it.
I just kind of look at you like I don't know what you want me to do with that.
I'm not looking at you. I'm just looking forward at the business. But that's all I say to you off the side.
Did you not see my amazing death scene just now? So I don't know what they said, so I don't know if they think I'm dead or not. I also don't know where that assassin went. The problem is there's no good cover here, and there are very tall surroundings. So I am at a disadvantage no matter what I do. And I can't split the veil again, right? That's not something
you can split the veil every turn. You can do that forever and ever and ever.
I'm sorry, it's really hard for me because I can't do it in real life, okay? It's not something I do every day. So it's hard to remember sometimes.
I don't cast spells in real life.
I'm going to split the
what
veil.
I do.
I'm going to split the veil again and... right? No, because I don't do it. So I'm going to split the veil again, and then one veil is going to go for one pillar, and then I'm going to go for the other pillar. We're going to go opposite this time. So the veil is going to go left, and then I'm going to go right this time.
Okay, so that's where you get.
Yes.
Sounds good. Aegis.
Oh, many of us now.
I'm gonna jog up 20 feet, sprint 5 more, and then slide in next to Perunia.
All right, you slide in next to Perunia.
And then that should be good enough. I plant my shield in front of me, bow my head, and you guys both feel a rush of warmth, and you feel a lot stronger and a little bit more nimble as I cast Bless. And I'm better at this now. I don't have to click and unclick everybody.
Good job.
Oh, not myself, though. Did I get myself?
You did not get yourself. So just all you have to do is so just untarget them and just like that.
Okay.
Um,
Every time I
Danny-
brag, something happens.
Mhm.
Did I miss what race are these guys?
they're human.
Okay.
They look shiny. This one snarls at that and fires again at Panabon, the closer of the Panabons to him.
That would be Cochrane they're firing at for all intents and purposes. It's not a good night for my veil. Not a good night.
It's not. But that is
What, right?
that is damage that you're not taking.
Are they not disconcerted by the fact that I seem to be not like I'm dying, but I'm coming back to life? Are they not disconcerted by this
Use
at all?
that
Have
to
they not
your
noticed that?
advantage.
Well, I'm doing an amazing like death scene every time I die. Eventually, they have to notice that, right?
It's really overwrought.
It's so overwrought. It's histrionic. You know, it's very.
It is. So, Perunia,
Yes.
it is your turn, and you are in range to draw that greatsword as you approach.
Yes. And I'm offended.
And you're offended.
So not great combination for this guy. All right. And so I'm going to go up, and I am going to be using my greatsword finally. I think I'm already targeted, right, Danny?
You are, and
Yes.
those are both hits. So you can hit damage twice.
Oh,
Not on yourself, though. Let's
Did I-
get back those 11. That's fine. You can hit yourself if you want to.
I'd rather not.
All right, hit your other damage now.
Did it hit though?
It did.
Twice?
It did. It got him, and it hit. Oh yeah, that's why you rolled the second time.
Because
So roll again. Yes. So
Mhm.
roll again. The attack roll.
there we go.
And that's the hit and the damage.
Double click for that one. Yep.
Okay. You actually cut him pretty deeply. He is now quite afraid for his life. Make another attack as he turns and tries to run away from you.
Oh,
You
this
have
is
two
just
attacks
my
now?
lucky day. I do.
Nice.
I am, graduating in terms of my ability. All right. So and my attack of opportunity. Let's see if I can do this. Yes, I can.
Yes,
You rolled a 4.
can.
Yeah, that's insane.
You can.
And he takes another step away, and you just lay into his back, and he falls to the ground.
I say in Ishani, who's the beast now?
True story. Panabon.
Hello. Because the other thug is right there. They've got a crossbow. I want to.
And they appear to be running away as well.
Oh, they're running away, but the
Mhm.
one's dead, right?
One of them's dead,
so
yes.
I want to veil and send my veil running forward while I go to check the body for tattoos and to loot pockets and to find out who they might be working for if they're dumb enough to have that on them.
Oh, initiative, man. Whoa.
Aegis, what are you doing?
I see that. Like Prunia's strong, but suddenly she just obliterates a dude in like 2 swings. So I see that, and I'm like, So I'm gonna drop my guard a little. I'm gonna put my shield to my side, and I'm just gonna walk up my full 20 feet.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna put my shield down in like a non-defensive way, and I want to become a spectator and just watch her.
Which gives
makes
her
her
a
stronger
bonus.
because the
Yes.
spectator makes her stronger because she's like a gladiator class.
And I'm like kind of like,
Thank
wow,
you.
that's impressive.
All right. Well, the guy that had shot and ran away, he frowns as he takes a look once more at Panabon's veil, and he's just like, he grits his teeth, hits the veil, which, again, a grand death scene.
I love
And he
this
just-
grand death thing every
Melfroon,
time.
I'm coming to join you, Melfroon.
And-
Save you.
And he curses, and just with that, he just turns and is just trying to book it out completely, and takes a bonus action to run. So
Well,
is anyone
well,
trying to chase
Dragonborn-
him?
To all the Dragonborns watching, I'm very sorry for offending you. For those who believe in Melfrune.
Thank you. I appreciate it. No, but I am going to run. I don't know that I'm fast enough to catch him. Like, but I'll take a turn to dash and see what 60 feet get me.
Okay. So yeah, you basically dash up the steps in time to see him kind of run up ahead and turn a corner. Very, very much. The fight has left this person rather completely.
Okay. Like, especially if he's gonna turn a corner, I realize that there might be like things like witnesses, and then I'm just pursuing somebody that is clearly running away from me and that I'm murdering. So she takes a frustrated step back.
Okay. And with that, you see Panabon already starting to rifle around in this dead fellow's stuff as Aegis watches on. And what we find upon layperson, we will have to discover next week because we have reached our time this evening. Thank you very much for joining us. I would like to really thank Tom for just really kind of dropping everything to help us out, because with Sarah at visiting over at Alex's, having her do all of the tech, it looked like it wasn't going to be feasible. And just minutes before the stream, she reached out to Tom and he just hopped right on and took care of us. So
Thank you, Tom.
really appreciate you so much.
Thank you, Neepaway.
Yes, thank you, Nicolay.
So and that's what we have for this week. And I think we are having a session next week before we take a break, but I want to verify that with everybody. Is that everyone's?
I'm good.
I think I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, so we will be back on the 12th, the 19th. Today's the 12th.
Today's the 12th. We're back already.
We're back now. All right. Last week. Okay.
Okay.
We'll be back on the 19th.
Check our social media feeds though, just in case, because we need to check in with Randy and everything too. So
yeah. So check in there. We'll let you all know through our social media. And if you're not already in our Discord, please find that Rem Alternus' Discord. And if you are not following us on Facebook or Twitter or this or that or any other place, please do so. Please reach out. You can find us in almost every single arena of social media in some form or other.
And join us tomorrow evening for Dresden Files. Join us Tuesday for Shadowrun. Join us Thursday for Shadowrun. Join us. Shadowrun Denver is Thursday. Neepaway told me. Friday, I'm not sure what's going on yet. If anything, Saturday is D&D Episodicals in the morning. They canceled for December. Don't watch D&D Into Avernus on Saturday mornings until January.
There's a Friday night game night coming up this next week. I can't make that because I'm doing a thing. But I think they're playing Wingspan, if I remember correctly.
Are they doing Wingspan again? Because I did Wingspan a couple weeks ago. Maybe.
Something on the 19th. Something is happening.
Check out our Discord, and then you'll know if you can come play a board game with us. So that would be a lot of fun. And then Sunday, we're right back here with Clockwork. So thank you guys.
If anyone wants to start the Panabon fan club, Panabon would very much enjoy any fan clubs that you want to start. And you might get an autograph photo.
Shameless self-plug.
Love it. Love it. It's not even self-plug, it's character plug. And you know what? I admire that.
Thank you.
Thank you to the players. You are all very lovely. I am very blessed to have you here with me to play. And thank you to everyone who joined us tonight. And we will see everybody next week like clockwork.
Bye, all.